Welcome to today's lecture on CBEMA curve and ITEC curves. CBEMA curves. CBEMA curve is one of the most frequently employed power acceptable curve. So what is power acceptability curves? So that means the power accepted by a computer or computing device to perform efficiently. Okay, this curve was originally developed by Computer and Business Equipment Manufacturers Association, CBEMA. So that is why it is called CBEMA curve. Okay, and it is developed in the year 1970 to describe the tolerance of mainframe computer. Because in the earlier days, because during 1970s there were many problems arose with the computer. So when they analyze the reason for the computer issues, it is found that the magnitude and the duration of voltage variation causing the computer to spoil. So that is how that makes the CBEMA to develop a curve to describe the tolerance of the mainframe computer equipment. Okay, so the association designed the curve to point out ways in which system reliability could be provided. So that all specifies the system reliability. Okay, then this curve was derived from experimental and historical data taken from mainframe computers. Many modern computers have greater tolerance than this. Okay, so that means the modern computers now they have developed and they are having greater tolerance. And so now the curve has become a standard design target for sensitive equipment like you see mobile phone, then electronic appliances like washing machine, refrigerator, and then all those electronic devices you need a regulator. So those all electronic devices that we are using is called as sensitive equipment. Okay, to be applied on power system and a common format for reporting power quality variation data. So this CBMA curve becomes a common format to report power quality variation data. Okay, the CBMA curve was adopted from IEEE standard 446, which is typically used in the analysis of power quality monitoring results. Okay, so the horizontal axis of the CBMA curve represent the duration of the event. The vertical axis represent the percentage of voltage applied to the power circuits. CBEMA curve. So this is the curve that what we are discussing. All right, you see the horizontal axis represents the duration. See here it is represented in time in cycles for 60 hertz. Okay, and the vertical axis represent the percentage voltage. Okay, so these are the representation, and here you can see the computer voltage tolerance envelope. We know that the steady state operating voltage is 90 percentage to 110 percentage. Okay, that is as per the definition. But here in the curve you can see it is around 90 percentage, that is 87 percentage to 106 percentage. All right, and the x-axis, that is the horizontal axis, you can see this is one cycle. Okay, this is only one cycle. At one cycle the range is from 60 percentage to almost 110 percentage. Okay, but before before completion of one first cycle, okay, you see there is lot of flexibility. Okay, so this is the simple CBEMA curve, and this curve is the detailed CBEMA curve. Okay, and here also you can see the horizontal axis representing the duration in terms of both cycles and in seconds. You see here this is 0.01 cycle. Okay, and this is 0.1 cycle, 0.5 cycle, 1 cycle, then 10 cycles, 100 cycles, 1000 cycles. So it is represented in cycles as well as in seconds. Okay, so you see 100 microseconds, 1 milliseconds, 8 milliseconds, zero point 0.1 seconds, 0.5 seconds, then 2 seconds. Okay, so in both the representation has been captured here. All right, and the vertical axis is the percentage voltage. Okay, that is the voltage is represented in terms of percentage of rated voltage. Okay, for example, if the rated voltage is 230 volt, then what is 10 percentage? 10 percentage means 23. Okay, likewise, if the rated voltage is 410, let's say 410, then 10 percentage is what? 41 volt. So like that, the representation will be captured here. And you see, these are the envelope. Okay, tolerance envelope. You can see here, after 2 seconds, the tolerance envelope for the steady state voltage is in between 87 percentage to 107 percentage, and below 2 seconds or 100 cycles, you can see there is some flexibility. Okay, the changeover. Okay, at the earlier stage there will be more flexible. It can tolerate up to 300 percentage of voltage, 0 to 300 percentage of voltage. Okay, and like this you can get the information from the curve. So in the CBEMA curve, when the voltage values are above the envelope, then that means it is subjected to cause malfunctions such as insulation failure, overexcitation, and overvoltage trip. Okay. Similarly, when the voltage is below the envelope, then that means it is going to cause the load to drop out due to lack of energy. Okay, so these are some of the failures which we can get it from the curve. And the concept is that if the supply voltage stays within the acceptable power area, then the sensitive equipment will operate effectively. ITIC curve. In the year 1994, the Information Technology Industry Council was formed by a working group of CBEMA, and they developed the curve called ITIC curve. And this ITIC curve is the modified version of CBEMA curve. Okay, so that means the ITIC curve was developed by the persons who developed CBEMA curve. Okay, and the intent was to derive a curve with that can better reflect the performance of typical single phase 120 volt 60 hertz computer and their peripherals. Okay, like fax machines, copiers, and point of sales terminals. So both the curves are used to define the withstanding capability of various loads and device. Okay, the only difference is that CBMA curve was developed in the year 1970, and it is developed as ITIC curve in the year 1994, and later it was developed in the year 2000 also. ITIC curve is used as a reference to define the withstanding capability of various loads and devices in order to protect from power quality problems. Okay, and this is because the curve is generally applicable to other equipment containing solid state devices. Okay, because in CBMA curve, some of the solid state devices it is not matching, so they have modified the curve and which is suitable and applicable for the solid state devices. Okay, and this is ITIC curve. Okay, or modified CBEMA curve. Okay, so in the picture you can see the curve is not smooth. Okay, but whereas in CBEMA it was smoother. Okay, so that means a small modification has been done in CBEMA, and now you are seeing as ITIC curve. Okay, all right. So the horizontal axis is same. It is represented. It represents the duration. Okay, in terms of cycles as well as seconds, and the vertical axis represents the percentage of nominal voltage. All right, and this is the operating limits. So above this limit, okay, it is a prohibited region. That means if you operate the device in this region, then it will damage the device. Similarly, there is a lower limit. Okay, if you operate below this limit, then it may leads to the failure. Okay, so that is how it is drawn. All right, so the threshold you can see after you see 100 cycles, okay, it is normal, and after 10 seconds you see the steady state is achieved, that is 90 percentage to 110 percentage, and this is after 10 seconds. Then at zero point 0.5 seconds it is little bit flexible, okay, maybe in the range of 70 or 80 percentage to 100 percentage, 100, 110, 20 percentage is like this. So before that 100 cycles or 0.5 seconds, there is some flexibility. Okay, so this is ITIC curve. So that so compared to the old CBEMA curve, the ITIC curve has an expanded acceptable power area or operating region. Okay, and the ITIC curve illustrate an AC input voltage that can be tolerated by ITE, that is information technology equipment. Then you see the ITIC curve describes both steady state and transitory conditions, and it is applicable to 120 volt nominal voltage obtained from this various system like 120 volt, 208 star connected, and 120 volt, 240 volt, 60 hertz systems. Okay. So some of the inference from the ITIC curve. So the steady state tolerance. The steady state tolerance range is plus or minus 10 percentage from the nominal voltage. For example, if the nominal voltage is 230 volts, okay, that means plus 10 percentage. What is plus 10 percentage? 230 means it will be 253 volts. Okay, similarly, minus 10 percentage. So that means you have to subtract 23 from 230. So what is that voltage? It will be 207 volt. So that means this is the steady state tolerance. So that means all the equipment or appliances can operate within this range, that is 207 to 253 volts, okay, in for an indefinite period. Okay, no matter you can operate the device for longer time, maybe 1 hour or 2 hours with the with the with that voltage. All right, so that is why the steady state tolerance is captured here. Okay, so the range is plus or minus 10 percentage. Then voltage swell. This describes a voltage swell having an RMS amplitude of up to 120 percentage of the RMS nominal voltage. So that means you see RMS nominal voltage. For example, if it is 230 volt, what is 120 percentage? So 20 percentage in 230 is what? 46. So you have to add 46 volt to 230 volt. So that means it will be 276 volt. Okay, so you can have 276 volts, but with the duration of up to zero point 0.5 seconds. You can have 276 volt, but it should not exceed zero point 0.5 second. Okay, so that is an acceptable limit. Okay, that is how it represents in the curve. So this transient may occur when large loads are removed from the system or when the voltage is supplied from source instantly from the electric utility. So at that time you can experience the voltage swell. Low frequency decaying ring wave. In our power system, we will be using power factor correction capacitors. If you use power factor correction capacitors, then you can see the decaying ring wave transient in the system. Okay, and that transient may range from 200 hertz to 5 kilohertz. So we have to represent this 200 hertz to 5 kilohertz in our ITIC curve. But in our ITIC curve, the vertical axis is represented in terms of percentage of voltage. So we are going to represent in terms of percentage of voltage. You see, if it is 200 hertz, then it is represented as 140 percentage. And if it is 5 kilohertz, then it is represented as 200 percentage. So the limit should be within 140 percentage to 200 percentage. Okay, that is captured in the ITIC curve. So this is the representation of low frequency decaying ring wave. Okay, this is due to capacitor switching transient. And these are some of the observations that we have discussed. You see the steady state voltage range will be plus or minus 10 percentage, and the voltage swell will be 120 percentage for 0.5 seconds. Then the low frequency decaying ring wave should be 140 to 200 percentage for this range of frequency, that is 200 to 2000 hertz. All right. High frequency impulse and ring wave, and this high frequency impulse and ring wave, that is called a transient, is typically occur as a result of lightning strikes. Okay, and this is these details has been captured and described in the standard, that is IEEE C62.41 1991 standard. It is captured in this standard. Okay, and normally the ITIC curve, the vertical axis of the ITIC curves is represented in terms of percentage of voltage, not RMS amplitude. And here you can provide that the limit can be an 80 joule minimum transient immunity. Okay, so this is the standard 80 joule minimum transient immunity for or in terms of high frequency impulse and ring wave. Voltage sag. Two different RMS voltage sag are described in the curve. Okay, the first one will be the sag to 80 percentage, and the duration can be up to 10 seconds. So it will, the component or device will be working efficiently. And in case when the sag is 70 percentage, then the duration should be reduced. It should be 0.5 seconds. Okay, so there are two types of sags which is acceptable as per ITIC curve. So there are two regions that you can see in the ITIC curve. One is no damage region and another one is prohibited region. So the no damage region you can see below the lower curve, okay, and the prohibited region you can see above the upper curve in the envelope. Okay, so this region includes sag and dropout. Dropout means the interruption, which are more severe than others, okay, that we have discussed. So that it is less than the lower limit of the steady state tolerance range. Okay, and prohibited region includes surge or swell which exceeds the upper limit of the envelope, and if ITE is subjected to such conditions, then damage will be the result. Okay, or the appliances will be spoiled. So this is the comparison of both CBEMA and ITIC curve. Okay, so you see the modifications done in ITIC. Okay, CBEMA is a normal smooth curve, but in ITIC it is specified at certain points. All right, and you see the region above the upper limit is called as the prohibited region. You should not operate in this region. If you operate in this region, then it will lead to an accident or damage to the component or appliances. And this one, you see, this is the region below the curve. Okay, and in this region, if you operate, then the device won't function normally. All right, so this is the comparison of both the curve, and you can see the modification done in ITIC curve. All right.